It's on, everybody. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor at UFC 229 on October 6th. The biggest fight in UFC history, the biggest fight in MMA history, one of the biggest fights in combat sports history, period. The undefeated 27-0 Khabib Nurmagomedov, the world lightweight champion, defending against Conor McGregor, the biggest star in the sport, the biggest star in combat sports right now, who was the featherweight champion and the lightweight champion simultaneously, the only one ever. There's a lot of stakes in this fight. There's a rivalry. These two guys do not like each other. It stemmed all the way since UFC 205 backstage when Conor McGregor was going at everybody. I mean, there's a lot building with this one. It's a big fight for the casual fans. It's a big fight for the hardcore fans. The personalities are there. You have different kind of factors and aspects as to why this fight is so big. Undefeated record in Khabib versus the conqueror in Conor McGregor in terms of him just going in different divisions, trying to conquer all the belts, beat and pretty much take out the best fighters he can. You got Russia versus Ireland. In terms of the martial arts aspect, you have the best of the grappling world versus the best of the striking world, or at least one of them. You have a Punisher versus an assassin. I mean, there's so much going into this one. Relentless pace and pressure versus the space manipulator. And Khabib has been talking a lot about he'll only take this fight if he gets paid more than Nate Diaz. Looks like it probably turned out to be true. Conor McGregor might be the first one to get an 8-figure pay in the UFC. Hopefully, Khabib is in that category as well. I mean, he deserves it too. He has a big name. He's huge internationally. I mean, you guys see the videos of him when he won the belt and he went back to Russia. It's crazy to see. You know, he has a big following over there. And I wonder how it's going to be at the arena. We all know the Irish travel for Conor McGregor. Will the Russians do the same for this fight? I don't know. It's going to happen in Las Vegas as well. And what do you guys think is going to be the pay-per-view buy? I think it's going to be around 2 million, I would say. I don't want to be too generous there. I think it's going to do at least 1.8 million buys. But I'm expecting it to do over 2 million. We're going to see. I mean, it's going to be an amazing fight. And you got Khabib with the sambo, the wrestling, the judo, the BJJ. You have Conor with the boxing, with the taekwondo, with the kickboxing skills, going at each other. I mean, it's one of the best representatives of the wrestling and grappling world versus one of the best representatives of the striking world in terms of MMA. And get hyped, everybody. Not too much because we still have to... There's that bug going around, man, and I hope it doesn't go around. I don't want to jinx it, but get hype, everybody. Conor, I don't think will pull out at all. If he does, I will be so shocked. Khabib is the guy we have to worry about. Please put him in bubble wrap. Change his whole gym or put him in a gym where it's like a bouncy house. Please, just everything's wrapped up. There's no hard floors. There's no hard walls. Everything should be just like a balloon, you know, just to be on the safe side. And please watch his diet, his nutritionist. Please watch the guy's diet. Get tiramisu away from him. But in all seriousness, I think this fight should be fine. Khabib, I think, will show up, especially for the payday. Even if he's injured, I think he'll try to show up as much as possible. Conor McGregor always shows up, so he also doesn't want to miss out on that payday and this fight. There's a lot brewing up in this. It started at UFC 205, build up from the Artem Lobov situation when Khabib grabbed him and talked to him because Artem was talking trash about him. Conor came in Brooklyn, destroyed the place, tried to go at Khabib. Got everybody but Khabib. Khabib just wants to get his hands on Conor. He says he wants to punish him. He says he wants to drag out the fight for like 5 rounds and just punish him. That's a lot easier said than done. Again, do not underestimate Conor. Like I said in my podcast, this is not a guy you want to underestimate. People underestimate him too many times. I mean, look at all the guys he's beaten. On the last UFC card, UFC on Fox 30, the 2 guys in the main event and one of the fighters in the co-main event, he's knocked them out. Knocked out Eddie Alvarez, knocked out Dustin Poirier, knocked out Jose Aldo. And those are some big names. And he also knocked out Chad Mendes, who fought like a week prior to that. He's not a guy to underestimate and say that you're going to do what you want with him. If Khabib does what he wants with him and he actually does what he says he's going to do, Khabib is just insanely good, man. He's amazing. But this fight means a lot. There's a lot of prestige in this fight, legacy. More so on Conor's side, to be honest, because he could become a 2-time lightweight champion and claim he never lost the belt. He would be a 3-time champion in the UFC, and that's a crazy accomplishment. I mean, very rarely do you ever see that. I know Randy Couture had that. And I can't think of anybody else. Maybe BJ Penn too, but it's a very rare achievement to hold in the UFC. So again, be ready, guys. Anticipate this, because I know I will. And I just want to say I'm going to make an in-depth breakdown on this fight in the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to put a lot into that. Break down their games, how they work against each other, how their approaches collide, and everything that comes into it. It might be a little longer, so be prepared for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.